Good morning, everyone. Glad to have you with us on this Thursday. Little Friday Eve is what we like to call it sometimes. Yes. I'm Jacqueline Matter.
I'm Ray Collins. One day more, as we like to say. I know John's a fellow Les Mis fan. In fact, today he might sing it for us.
I will not.
Oh,
no.
Dang it.
I will not. I like people watching this show. I start to sing.
Hey,
and,
you're actually a pretty good singer. Ray, not so much. But
no, just the opposite.
Please, exactly true. If I started singing, it would be like rats abandoning the ship. They'll just, basically jump into the water to save themselves. We are looking across our region today at a few scattered showers building along the sea breeze front once again this afternoon close to the coast. We had some pretty good lightning pops yesterday, and some of those showers producing some fairly heavy rainfall in parts of Sarasota and Manatee County. Same sort of thing again today. A little bit of fair weather cloudiness and a lot of sunshine boost our temperatures up to the low 90s once again. We'll look for about a 30 to 40% chance of rainfall occurring mostly late in the afternoon and into the early evening hours. Complete forecast coming up for you in a sec.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you, John. State Road 70 showing some slowdowns already. Westbound heading toward 301. Farther south now into Sarasota County. We heard about an issue on Fruitville Road near Tuttle. You want to use Ringling as an alternate if possible. There's a single vehicle crash with injuries around Fruitville and Tuttle. Be aware of that. And farther south, we've got that issue still at River Road in the northbound lane on I-75. So take 41 if you have the option.
Topping our news this half hour, about 7 months into President Trump's first term in office, and the commander-in-chief is already preparing for part 2 of his administration.
The president held a high-dollar event to raise money for his second term at the White House. Andy Rose has the story.
President Donald Trump held his first re-election fundraising event Wednesday night at the Trump International Hotel in Washington. As protesters stood outside, attendees paid at least $35,000 to go inside. The decision to already look toward 2020 has drawn criticism, including from some Republicans.
The president is starting so early in the process, so early in his term, raising money for his campaign rather than focusing on the job of being president. And then furthermore, he's taking a cut himself because he owns the hotel where the fundraiser is.
Now, it's not out of the ordinary for sitting presidents to meet people with deep pockets.
President Obama, for example, met with all kinds of donors to his library in private, and they went out and raised money for it.
But Trump's fundraiser comes less than 6 months after he was sworn in, and that's about 2.5 years before Presidents Obama and George W. Bush held their first re-election events.
The only thing that is unusual is he's doing this so early.
I think the whole thing is disgusting, and the American people are going to get fed up with both parties if they don't fix our government and get the corruption out.
At first, the press was invited to cover the event, but shortly before it started, the White House said confusion led to reporters being left outside. I'm Andy Rose reporting.
And happening tonight, a revised version of President Trump's controversial travel ban will take effect at 8 p.m. The new guidelines require people in 6 countries who want to visit this country to prove a relationship with family already in the U.S. You recall earlier this week, the U.S. Supreme Court allowed parts of the ban to go through. They will hear oral arguments on this case in the fall.
Developing overnight, one of the most senior officials in the Catholic Church is being accused of a string of sexual assault offenses in Australia. Cardinal George Pell is facing multiple charges from several accusers. Pell has denied those charges and says he plans to return to Australia and defend the charges at a court appearance set for July 18th. Pell currently serves as a top advisor to Pope Francis and is the Vatican's top financial advisor as well.
Back to politics now. More changes for the federal health care bill ahead of next week's vote in the Senate. Republican leaders have postponed the vote this week, fearing not enough votes to pass the plan. After that announcement, the number of GOP senators publicly voicing opposition nearly doubled, now at least 9 defectors. Republicans can only afford to lose no more than 2. Despite that, the president says he's still optimistic.
See what happens. We're working very hard. We've given ourselves a little bit more time to make it perfect. That's what we want to do. I think this has a chance to be a great health care at a reasonable cost.
It might be an uphill battle. A new Marist poll shows this bill supported by 17% of Americans. And even Republican faithfuls, only 35% support repealing and replacing this bill.
Here in Florida, the state Supreme Court is figuring out what's next in the fight between Governor Rick Scott and a Central Florida state attorney. A lawyer for Aramis Ayala says there is nothing in state law that forces her to seek the death penalty. Governor Scott previously stripped Ayala of 24 cases when she announced her office would no longer seek the death penalty for defendants charged with capital crimes. Her lawyer says the governor had no right to reassign those cases to another prosecutor.
The law is very clear here that there's nothing that requires it to be a case-by-case decision, that there's nothing in the law that requires her to seek the death penalty, and that a close examination of the law as it stands is going to find, as we argued here.
A state officer, as I understand it, did not exercise discretion on every case on what should apply, not apply, but announced, I'm not going to follow this law, so every case. Well, how is that really within the concept of discretion?
A lawyer representing Governor Scott says there has never been a state attorney who set a policy of not seeking the death penalty. Justices have given no time frame on when they may reach a ruling.
An update on Orlando's Pulse nightclub shooting. Federal prosecutors are asking a judge to keep a charge against the wife of the shooter. Prosecutors filed a response to a request from Noor Salman to dismiss a count of obstruction. She also has been charged with aiding her husband, Omar Mateen, who opened fire at the nightclub last year, killing 49 people. And despite a report that President Trump would be silent in Disney World's Hall of Presidents attraction, Disney now confirms the animatronic version of the president will have a speaking role. In fact, Disney is closely working with the White House on Trump's words and a recording session with the president. The attraction closed in January for renovations and will open later this year.
A recall alert this morning as Ford is recalling more than 400,000 vans and buses to fix cracked drive shaft couplings that can cause the vehicles to lose power. The recall covers North American vans, buses, and cabs with medium, long, and extended wheelbases from 2015 to 2017. The coupling can separate from the drive shaft, causing loss of power or unintended movement while in park. It can also damage surrounding parts. The company says it's not aware of any crashes or injuries from the problem, but Ford is now working on a permanent fix. A recent survey from Bankrate.com finds that new cars are too expensive for most Americans. A middle-class household today can only afford an average-priced new car in one of the top 25 largest U.S. metropolitan areas, such as San Francisco, Boston, and Minneapolis. Surprisingly, the worst metro areas for affordability include Tampa, Orlando, Miami, and Fort Lauderdale. And some drivers on the Suncoast are now finding gas prices, get this, below $2 a gallon.
Right.
Great news.
Keep going. So where can you find the best deals on the Suncoast? Our Jess Dowdrick has some leads for us.
One look at the price for a gallon of gas and Suncoast drivers can't help but smile.
I am loving it. It's great because I'm so used to paying like $40 to fill my tank. Now I can just cut it in half and do 20.
The cheapest gas can be found in Bradenton at this speedway on 87th Street East, just off of I-75, $1.98. And in Sarasota, the cheapest gallon of gas is just a penny more, $1.99 at Costco at the Sarasota Square Mall.
I saw $2.07 and $1.97 so far.
The average in Florida is $2.16 per gallon. That's 4 cents cheaper than last year. Sue Fitzgerald with AAA Sarasota says Port Manatee is helping to keep Suncoast gas prices some of the cheapest in the state.
The supply of gas is there. There's a lot of U.S. gas coming around.
AAA estimates that 44 million people will travel this July 4th weekend, and 88% of them will be on the roads. Nationwide, gas prices sit at an average of $2.85 a gallon.
In 2015, gas prices were $2.95 nationwide.
Not a big difference in price, but when you compare gas prices now to what they were 6 years ago.
In 2011, we were seeing $3.75 a gallon.
And Gas Buddy predicts that the prices will continue to drop, as they have for most of the year so far. Jess Dowdrick, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
So John, how low do you recall gas prices when you were growing up? I can recall like 50 cents. How about you?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
50 cents.
They used to give out glasses for fill-ups and green stamps.
Used to have somebody who would fill up your tank.
That's true. Full serve. That's right.
Yeah, full service. Yeah, they don't
Happy
do
to
that
have you.
anymore. Except New Jersey, at least I think they still do.
You're right. They still have full service only.
Yeah.
That's right.
Interesting. Well, that would be nice.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have any self-serve, I don't think, in
No,
Jersey
they don't.
at all, period. I don't believe so. We have across our region today, again, a good chance of showers and thunderstorms, and we'll talk about that coming up in a few.
Also still ahead, a major cyber attack has found its way to this country.
We'll tell you what several Suncoast facilities are doing to prevent the virus from spreading into their systems after this.
How long have we been married, dear?
For 76 years.
He was kind and generous to me before we married, and he was kind and generous to me all these years. We decided on Meals on Wheels because I was getting to the point where I couldn't do all the things that I had been able to do. We're the Spans. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours. Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Drive into Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota and discover big savings during the Drive and Discover event. Come shop the Suncoast's largest selection of Ram trucks. Get maximum cargo space and more comfort with a new Ram Quad Cab for as low as $24,999. Or get more legroom and maximum comfort with a new Ram Crew Cab and save up to $10,000. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Looking at an air temperature and a dew point that are pretty close together within a couple of degrees. 74 the air temperature, dew point is at 72, making it feel kind of humid with a relative humidity of 93%. Northeast wind comes in at about 6. The easterly component to that wind, again, providing us with fairly uniform temperatures across the boards. 75 Wauchula, 75 Bradenton, 75 Arcadia, 75 in Northport, 74 Sarasota, 76 in Venice. Right along the coastline, a little warmer with double 77s in Longboat Key and in Inglewood. Now, not a lot of activity across the area for your morning commute, but certainly the evidence of that easterly wind flow is visible on some of the radar echoes on the Atlantic side. Those showers will continue to kind of drift, generally speaking, toward Gulf or toward the peninsula land. And as we head into the afternoon, those showers will gradually cross the coastline, enter into our area, and make it all the way toward the coastline. Well, they will explode as we start to see our sea breeze collide with the East Coast sea breeze right along the I-75 corridor, even a little bit closer to the coastline today because of that easterly wind. In fact, that reason for that is that our sea breeze will be confined to that very narrow corridor between the beaches and the 75 corridor, and consequently, a lot of our area will not benefit from the cooling sea breeze winds. And so our daytime high temperatures will again be warm today, hit 95 degrees in Tampa. We had 93s and 4s, pretty common in inland areas of Hardee and DeSoto County. We'll see that again today. Winds coming in out of the east today around an area of high pressure will again give the direction of motion of those showers and thunderstorms that develop a westerly motion. So the east wind continues right straight into the weekend. Close to the coast, sea breezes keep most of the area warm, and still good rain chances for most of our viewers, as the showers and thunderstorms will be confined to that sea breeze collision zone close to the coastline. Heaviest of the rain will be in the southern tip of the state, but we'll still see some pretty good coverage across our area over the next several days. Tropics, quiet. Far Atlantic, nothing here that looks like it's going to develop into anything. Near Atlantic, not much happening. Upper level low spinning here in the northern Gulf waters has no chance of development, and the near Atlantic also looks pretty quiet. As far as the beach and boating forecast goes, southeast wind switches to the west at about 10 knots. That will bring you a light chop and 2-foot seas. And over the next several days, warm, 92 or so, the daytime high with a 50% rain chance. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, John. Taking a look at traffic this morning across the Suncoast, picking up throughout Manatee County, normal slowdowns on State Road 70. Also, as you head throughout into downtown Bradenton and 301 heading southbound, seeing an increase in traffic. I-75 looking clear as we head into Sarasota County. There was an accident on Fruitville that closed the road down near Tuttle. Single vehicle crash with injuries. Sarasota PD telling us that from their Twitter page, but it looks like not causing a whole lot of slowdowns throughout Fruitville Road as we head into Sarasota South County. Looks like there is an accident on I-75 northbound right before exit 91. Other than that, looking clear if you're heading throughout Venice, Nokomis, and Osprey. Well, first it was the I Wanna Cry virus, but it looks like hackers have once again struck back.
So how are local companies protecting themselves? Our Bo Beth Yates has a story.
Oops, your files have been encrypted. That's a message no one wants to see. But that's exactly what several Western Pennsylvania hospitals and the drug maker Merck saw on their screens when they arrived to work Wednesday morning.
We were actually notified of it last night, that the attack was actually happening and started in Europe and spread to the U.S.
Mike Martin is the Director of Information and Technology at Sarasota Memorial, and he says the rash of ransomware attacks has his and other hospital systems on edge.
It's extremely important and very, very critical for all healthcare systems to take this seriously. We especially do here at Sarasota Memorial.
But cyber expert Jeff Birnbach says many hospitals have an uphill battle when it comes to protecting against the newer viruses.
It's very difficult to patch equipment sometimes because of the older operating systems and the older legacy software that they're running. This adds the potential for hospitals to be negatively impacted by these types of events.
In addition, Birnbach adds the cost of updating many hospital systems can be pricey because those upgrades go beyond the software.
But if you're talking about this computer that's running an MRI system, that entire system may be required to be upgraded. It just may not be feasible to go ahead and upgrade old software on an older imaging system or an older diagnostic system.
But while hospitals like Sarasota Memorial admit they too have problems with the older legacy computer systems, they say they are taking other steps to protect themselves. In fact, weeks before Wednesday's malware attack, they had already installed the patch to protect against similar viruses. They also say they continue to implement other security measures.
What we do is we identify those systems and we look at putting things in place that helps isolate them from the rest of the network. So we have special protocols in place that helps protect us from even systems like that.
In Sarasota, Bo Beth Yates, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
A whole new world out there. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, Homeland Security is doubling down on new security measures.
We'll tell you how the policies may affect your next trip to the airport coming up.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
This Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix Minute is brought to you by Sarasota Ford.
The Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix was first organized in 1985. What began as an annual beach picnic for local children with special needs has expanded into an 11-day festival with the races televised to more than 100 countries. The entire festival is produced by Suncoast Charities for Children. The Grand Prix not only generates revenue for charity, but also a significant economic impact. Last year's event generated an economic impact of $37 million.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
Have you ever wondered what it's like to save a life? Find out by donating platelets at Suncoast Blood Bank.
I'm Haley Wilgus, ABC7. Platelets aid in the clotting process and are vital in the treatment of cancer and surgical patients, trauma victims, and critically ill newborns. It's tough to keep enough on the shelves because they only last 5 days. To donate, call this number or visit scbb.org and you can help save a life.
ABC7 congratulates Suncoast Blood Bank on 65 years of serving our community.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
That's how we're starting our Thursday, with a pastel painting above the horizon.
Beautiful shot outside. It is 6:23 this morning. The Department of Homeland Security is announcing new global aviation security measures.
That includes now enhanced screening of passengers and electronics. ABC's Diane Macedo explains.
I'm Diane Macedo. In this morning's GMA First Look, the head of Homeland Security is announcing strict new requirements to fly into the U.S. Airline passengers can now expect enhanced screening, meaning more dog units, explosive swabbing, and new high-tech scanning machines in foreign airports. The reason? Fear of terrorists attacking a jetliner.
Make no mistake, our enemies are constantly working to find new methods for disguising explosives, recruiting insiders, and hijacking aircraft. I've made a point to talk with everyone I can about securing aviation.
The new requirements include every airline. That covers 280 airports, 180 airlines, 2,000 flights, and 325,000 passengers a day. And we'll have more on how these new security measures could impact your summer travel coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Diane Macedo, ABC News, New York.
My challenge is to be in sync with my body, myself, my life. It all starts with a healthy routine. Begin the Activia 2-week probiotic challenge by enjoying Activia yogurt with billions of probiotics every day. Take the Activia Probiotic Challenge.
Day after day, we soldier through, overworked and under fire. What if there was a place to declare peace and comfort that helps cool and cradle every curve? The all-new Serta iComfort Sleep System.
Did you
you know when you buy any bag of dog or cat food at PetSmart, we give a meal to a pet in need? Help us reach our goal of donating more than 60 million meals so hungry pets across the country get to eat. Buy any bag, we give a meal to a pet in need. PetSmart, for the love of pets.
Megan's smile is getting a lot of attention. That's because she goes beyond brushing with ACT mouthwash. ACT freshens breath and strengthens enamel, protects teeth from harmful acids, and helps prevent cavities. Protect your smile every day. Go beyond brushing with ACT.
Fresh out of the box, the Alfa Romeo won us over. We went in skeptical and left in awe of this gorgeous machine. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
With Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-990-3613. That's 1-800-990-3613. Call now, 1-800-990-3613.
What if this is all you need from your wireless provider, but what you're actually paying for is this, or even an unlimited plan? At Consumer Cellular, you don't need an unlimited budget, because when you switch to us, you'll only pay for what you need. Our average customer gets all the talk, text, and data they need for less than $25 a month. Many pay even less, as plans start as low as $10 a month. You'll love our reliable nationwide coverage and enjoy exceptional customer support. J.D. Power ranked us highest in customer service 2 times in a row. Plus, we've been an approved AARP provider since 2008 because of the superior support and outstanding value our service provides to members, including exclusive discounts. You can even keep your number and your phone, or get a great new one from us. Switching couldn't be easier. There are no contracts, and it's all backed by a 30-day risk-free guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Switch to Consumer Cellular and start saving. Call 1-800-363-1903. Go to consumercellular.com or visit a Target store today.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
It does things that seem impossible. Feeling like it could change direction while airborne. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, the numbers are in. We'll tell you where Manatee and Sarasota school districts rank when it comes to school districts across the state.
Plus 3 shootings in less than 10 days in Newtown, 2 in broad daylight. We'll tell you if police think they are related.
And one Suncoast organization teaming up with people from around the world. We'll tell you how they're working to restore reefs in the Florida Keys. Your Suncoast News starts right now.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Pretty shot of the sky. Suncoast, beautiful, June 29th. Good way to start the day.
Doesn't get much better than that. One thing I love about living here on the Suncoast is the beautiful sunrises, beautiful sunsets.
Oh, yeah.
It's gorgeous, absolutely.
The gift that keeps on giving. Let's get that forecast now. Here's meteorologist John Scalzi. Hey, John.
Hey, we're looking at another warm day here shaping up for the Suncoast, plus again, some pretty good chances of showers. Radar not showing anything right now, but over the course of the last 24 hours, we did see those storms build along the sea breeze front and then gradually drift out into Gulf waters. Some of those storms were producing some fairly heavy rain in Manatee County. Quiet conditions right now, though. A lot of sunshine to meet you this morning, and rapidly rising our temperatures from the 70s where they are now into the 80s. We'll look for a daytime high that tops out in the low 90s. And then as we head into the next several days, our rain chances will remain pretty good. If you're wondering what the rain chances are for the 4th of July, we'll talk about that in a second. I've also posted the information on my webpage, my Facebook page at John Scalzi ABC7. Check it out. That's from climate.gov. Back to you guys.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you, John. Manatee County checking out relatively clear right now at 6:30. Farther south, though, we do have an issue on Fruitville Road. Hearing some lanes are closed near Tuttle. You want to take Ringley if you can. The issue is near the Robarts, or the Roberts Arena rather, on the westbound lanes of Fruitville. Avoid that if you can as you try to get into downtown Sarasota. Also an ongoing issue, the northbound lane of I-75 around River Road, exit 191. Take 41 if you have the time and the option.
Topping our news this morning, the Florida Department of Education has released grades for school districts across the state.
And both Sarasota County and Manatee have good report cards. Our Rick Adams has results.
The results for the 2016-2017 school year are in, and they have a lot of folks smiling. For the 14th year in a row, Sarasota County received an A grade from the state, while Manatee County improved from a C to a B. Kanani Kekahuna is a parent of 2 students who attend elementary school in Sarasota. She's thrilled to hear that her children's school, as well as the entire school district, received the highest grade possible.
Education is #1 for me with my kids, and they know that. And so to have them at the school, I'm confident that while I'm working away from school, they're getting the education that I'm counting on for them.
27 schools in Sarasota County received an A, with 1 getting a D. Alta Vista Elementary School in Sarasota is one of the many schools to get an A.
We are so excited. It took a tremendous amount of work by so many people working together, collaborating.
Dr. Todd Bowden, superintendent of schools for the Sarasota County School District, tells us what he believes is behind the district's continued success.
We live in an outstanding community that has entrusted us with additional resources that other school districts just don't have. And there's no substitute for that high quality interaction that takes place on a day-to-day basis between our teachers and students.
In Manatee County, 14 schools received A's and 11 had D's, and there were no F's. This after 3 of the schools had F's just a year ago. Manatee County School Superintendent Dr. Diana Green says she's happy to see the tremendous progress in her school district.
We're excited about the growth that our students are making with our state assessment. It is indeed a win for our entire community.
School districts in the state of Florida are graded on 11 different criteria, including test scores and graduation rates. In Sarasota County, I'm Rick Adams, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Yeah, the latest grades show schools are improving statewide. Preliminary grades show more than 950 schools received A grades. Only 43 received an F grade. Last year, a number of A grades grew by 7% this year, while F grades dropped dramatically. And by the way, get this is bragging rights. Sarasota County is one of just 10 districts statewide with an A grade.
Today is day 4 in the trial of Chief Tom Lewis of the Punta Gorda Police Department. Jurors heard from Gene Sims yesterday, a firearms instructor who was called in to help investigate after the shooting of Mary Knowlton last year. Sims said it is not common practice to use blank bullets in a shoot-don't-shoot scenario, but the defense argued those blank bullets are allowed according to FDLE rules. The prosecution continued their argument, saying the entire shooting would not have happened if Chief Lewis had better control on the department.
Who do you designate checking Lee Cole's firearm to?
I do not know.
Could you ever make a conclusion after reading all of the command staff statements?
No.
Chief Lewis faces charges of culpable negligence and could face anywhere from 60 days to 5 years in prison. New developments this morning involving a Palmetto woman arrested in connection with her mother's death. Kayla Collier entered a plea of no contest yesterday and was sentenced to 5 months jail time, which has already been served. Collier was charged with accessory to murder, grand theft, and tampering with evidence after her mother's remains were found last year. Investigators say Collier's boyfriend, Roy Nichols Jr., admitted he killed Collier's mom, Tricia Freeman, during a struggle. Nichols is charged with second-degree murder. As part of Collier's deal, she must testify against her boyfriend Roy Nichols. A date for his trial has not yet been set.
Sarasota police now have a third shooting in 10 days in Newtown, but this one does involve an injury. The most recent happened about 10:30 p.m. Tuesday night on 33rd Street near Goodrich Avenue and Osprey. Police say the victims were walking along 33rd when a Mercury sedan drove toward them and fired shots. One man was shot in the foot and taken to SMH. Police used canine officers to try and track down the shooter, but no arrests have been made. Police are now trying to find out if this shooting is related to two other recent shootings like this one last week at 32nd and 301, followed by another on Sunday at 31st and Goodrich. Police have not yet said if they are aware of a possible motive.
After a 10-day investigation, troopers have made an arrest in a hit-and-run crash in Sarasota County. Jorge Martinez is charged with leaving the scene of two crashes on June 17th, driving with a suspended license, careless driving, and also failing to provide insurance. Florida Highway Patrol says Martinez was driving behind a car on I-75 near the Clark Road exit, changing lanes several times. That's when his Chevy Cruze hit the car, which traveled onto the grass median and then hit a tree. The driver and passenger in that car sustained minor injuries. Troopers say Martinez left the scene and was involved in yet another crash that same day near University Parkway in Cattleman Road. The Manatee County Sheriff's Office continuing their investigation this morning after several car burglaries. They all happened in the Willow Walk subdivision off Mendoza Road in Palmetto. Sheriff's deputies are searching for the men involved in these pictures, and they remind drivers to be vigilant and always remember to lock your cars.
6:36 right now. Children and adults with special needs got the chance to enjoy a day on the water at the annual event considered the heart of this weekend's Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix Festival. The Friendliest Catch fishing tournament on Sarasota Bay brings together local fishing charter captains who take children and adults out for a day on the water. Suncoast Charities for Children host the event at the Sarasota Outboard Club. Organizers say it's a favorite event of both those who take part and the captains.
They're a special needs group. We invite them from, the different communities. Some are in wheelchairs. Some, they're just physically challenged. They have their daily obstacles that they overcome, and it's a big day for them out here.
It's just great to get out and all the kids to get out in the sun, and we so appreciate the captains for volunteering their time. But it's just a great way for everybody to get out and interact with one another and enjoy the water and enjoy the sunshine and catch some fish.
Very nice. The Powerboat Grand Prix Fest continues through the weekend, of course. Several events, including a block party in downtown Sarasota on Friday night. Racing is set for Saturday and Sunday off Lido Beach.
Well, most of us have noticed as Venice and Sarasota are becoming more crowded, but that could be because they've been rated two of the best beach towns to live in. Wallet Hub naming Sarasota the 12th best beach town to live in, and Venice coming in at 28. The poll compared 227 cities and ranked them for affordability, weather, safety, health, and quality of life. Sarasota is in the top 3 for quality of life, just south of the Suncoast, Naples taking that top spot. And the city of Northport wants your feedback on a future playground. The city plans to build a boundless playground at the Garden of 5 Senses off Pan American Boulevard. A boundless playground is designed for all children, including those with physical, developmental, cognitive, and sensor disabilities. Right now, the design includes slides, swings, a modified teeter-totter, and many other activities that will allow children to experience independent, self-directed play. People in the community can take an online survey now until tomorrow to give their opinions on the design. For more information on where you can find that survey, just check out our website at mysuncoast.com.
Suncoast scientists, veterans, and teenagers are working together to help restore a reef in the Florida Keys. Members of the Combat Wounded Veteran Challenge and Scuba Nauts International spent the day with scientists from Mote Marine. The group planted 500 nursery-grown corals near Looe Key. This is the 6th year of this unique partnership that aims to restore our marine habitat. Mote Marine recently received a $500,000 grant from the state to restore around 25,000 corals. Beautiful project underwater. If you've got any great pictures, send them our way. There's our web address, and also on Facebook, you'll find us at ABC7. Very nice.
Looking forward to maybe getting some of those pictures from the Grand Prix this weekend. All those boats that are going to be out there, all the races. Love to see some of those pictures that you guys will see.
It's going to be pretty exciting. Will the weather cooperate, though? We'll talk about that in a sec.
Also still ahead, Sarah Palin suing a newspaper claiming they defamed her.
We'll tell you what paper she's taking to court and what she's accusing them of saying.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
And for a limited time, Minnesota Flooring is offering you unbelievable pricing on tile and laminate. Porcelain tile only $1.59. Ceramic tile 99 cents. And 16 by 16 tile $1.19. Laminate flooring is only 99 cents. But these prices won't last. Don't miss out on these great deals. Hurry into Minnesota Flooring today.
With a top prize of $10 million, the new $10 million world-class cash scratch-off from the Florida Lottery is your ticket to take on the world.
If you get knocked down, stand up again. Rip it up again. Give me one chance. I'm gonna make it. Give me my chance, this is my chance. I'm gonna take
The new $10 million world-class cash scratch-off from the Florida Lottery. One of our life-changing scratch-offs offering billions in cash prizes.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help. And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse. Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 1-800-764-8708. That's 1-800-764-8708.
I'm Alan Cohn. Changing the stand your ground law. Florida is the only state putting the burden of proof on prosecutors. Find out how it could impact murder cases.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC 7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Temperature and dew point pretty close together. 72-degree dew point temperature at 74, making it feel kind of humid out there with a relative humidity of 93%. Fair amount of sunshine with some fair weather clouds. Northeast wind coming in at about 6 lightly. That northeast wind helping to keep our temperatures fairly uniform from inland to coastal regions. 75 Wauchula, 74 in Bradenton, 74 Lakewood Ranch, Mayaca. Arcadia at 75, 74 in Punta Gorda, Northport 75 in Venice, 76 Inglewood, Longboat Key, the warm spot at 77 degrees. Not much in the way of any kind of rainfall across our area currently, but the benefits of that easterly flow can be seen in the direction of motion of these showers, which are gradually making their way closer to the coastline. I think as we head into the afternoon, we'll see those showers kind of make their way across the state along with the east coast sea breeze and then collide right along the I-75 corridor toward Gulf waters with our own local sea breeze that'll develop along the west coast. So those two breezes colliding together will be the zone where showers and thunderstorms will tend to explode, just like they did yesterday when we started to develop that change in our pattern. The pattern change continues on today. We have some shower and thunderstorm activity enhanced by an upper level low and an old frontal decaying boundary located to the north around the New Orleans region. If you're traveling today to Louisiana or to areas even in the Florida Panhandle, you could see some airport delays there, no doubt about that. The easterly wind flow, again, keeping our showers and thunderstorms closer to the coastline than we've seen over the last several days earlier on this week, and that trend for an easterly wind flow will continue right straight into the weekend. High pressure, the dominant weather feature, the easterly wind continuing, and then good rain chances as a result of those features. Those are our weather highlights. We'll probably see some thunderstorm activity commencing late in the afternoon, maybe a few hours before sunset, and then continuing on into the evening period, early evening period, probably around 9 o'clock. Everything will start winding down pretty well. We have the best chance of rainfall located in the southern tip of the state, where we can pick up a couple of inches of rainfall there, certainly under some of the bigger thunderstorms. But even closer to our coastline, we have a chance of seeing 1.5 inch rainfalls over the course of the next few days. The tropics look quiet. We're not seeing much activity here, a couple of tropical waves, and that's really about it. Those tropical waves are not showing any signs of development, and the Atlantic looks to be pretty calm. Caribbean looks just fine. Gulf waters look fine. Near Atlantic, okay. We have that little upper level low, but again, that's not going to develop into anything. Winds out of the southeast, switching to the west with the sea breeze. Those two winds colliding, the general southeasterly flow and the westerly flow, 10 knots. Maybe a few scattered showers out in Gulf waters late in the day. 2-foot seas, light chop. Good day for boating, actually. An 11:50 low tide, high tide at 4:54. And then the official Suncoast forecast calling for that 50% chance of showers over the next several days with highs in the low 90s. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, John. Taking a look at traffic in Manatee County, you'll see a few slowdowns on State Road 70. Also 301 heading southbound. Looks like the bridges into downtown Bradenton are looking pretty clear. I-75 looking good as we head into Sarasota County. So we head throughout that area. There is an accident. There was earlier at Fruitville. That road is now closed from Tuttle to Lockwood Ridge. Sarasota police are investigating a single car crash near Roberts Arena, so keep an eye out for that. Take Ringling as an alternative if you're heading towards downtown Sarasota. In South County, pretty quiet, not a whole lot going on. The accident on I-75 northbound near River Road has since cleared up at 6:47 on your Thursday morning. In this hour's Health Smart, riding your bike to work can actually help you start your day with less stress. Great news.
I wish we could do that.
I know.
And the benefit may have lasting effects through the day. A study in the Journal of Workplace Health Management had people rate their stress levels by commuting by bike, car, and public transportation. Well, no huge surprise. Biking had the lowest stress score. Previous research has shown that people's early morning stress level can be a strong predictor of how the rest of their day turns out. Yeah. Here's the catch, though. The study looks at, it is in Montreal, one of the world's most bike-friendly cities.
Well, if I didn't have to come to work at 3 a.m., I would probably take a bike as well. Well, eating seafood may help ease the aches and pains of rheumatoid arthritis. According to a new study in Arthritis Care and Research, people with RA who ate fish at least twice a week reported less joint swellings and tenderness than those who rarely or never did. Good news, right? Well, the findings suggest that the more fish they ate, the less active their disease. Researchers looked specifically at salmon, sardines, and other fish prepared raw, broiled, steamed, or baked. They did not, however, consider fried fish, shellfish, or seafood in mixed dishes, since those tend to have fewer omega-3 fatty acids. That fat has an anti-inflammatory property. In entertainment news today, Sarah Palin now suing the New York Times, claiming she was defamed by the newspaper.
The former Alaska governor says she was falsely portrayed as inspiring the 2011 shooting of Congressperson Gabby Giffords. The editorial in question accused Palin of incitement shortly before the incident. A correction was issued within 24 hours, but Palin says that mistake didn't change the overall theme of the column. A Times spokesperson says they will defend themselves.
And a raging wildfire in California destroys a ranch owned by actor Johnny Galecki. The star of The Big Bang Theory was not at the ranch at the time, which is about 200 miles outside of LA. The hail fire has scorched about 1,600 acres since it ignited on Monday. Galecki thanked the fire crews in a statement for all of their hard work, and fortunately no reports of any injuries.
And Ed Sheeran announcing his biggest UK and European stadium tour of his career. With 26 million albums sold worldwide, Sheeran's third album is his biggest selling album of the year so far, in fact. That's amazing. The tour will kick off in Belfast next year, followed by Manchester, Glasgow, and London. Sheeran then travels throughout Europe until mid-August. Tickets for this tour go on in 2 weeks. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, a dramatic scene caught on camera of sharks in shallow water.
We'll tell you what beachgoers did when they saw the sharks on the beach's edge after this.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Get ready for the most hair-raising event of the summer. Belt Entertainment and the Ringling Museum present international circus superstar Bello Knott in Incredibello, a gravity-defying, laughter-inducing, super stunt performance live at the historic Oslo Theater. Don't miss out on the must-see event of the summer, Incredibello, playing June 13th through July 29th. For tickets, visit ringling.org today.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-685-6422, 800-685-6422.
As a singer-songwriter, it's all about creating high-performance art that moves people. Same is true in making gorgeous cars. Fiat designs it. You're the artist.
Choose your palette just about any color combo inside out. No small wonder, state-of-the-art style Fiat. Now this moves me. Let the art of Fiat move you at Fiat of Sarasota.
Start your day with a new Good Morning Suncoast team. Weekdays starting at 5 a.m. on ABC7. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
For the last decade, SNS Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
Another beautiful sunrise in progress here on the so-called Suncoast.
Beautiful every single morning, seeing that sunrise since we can't see it from here in the studio. It's great to see it from this tower cam. Hope you guys are enjoying it just as much as we are. Let's take a look at some of the top stories here on the Suncoast today.
The case against the Punta Gorda police chief will now go to the jury. A judge refused a defense request to throw out the case. Chief Tom Lewis could spend 60 days in jail for not double-checking his officer's gun last year prior to a fatal shooting during a Citizens Police Academy. That officer has since been fired.
Plus, troopers have made an arrest in a hit-and-run crash in Sarasota County. Jorge Martinez is charged with leaving the scene of 2 crashes on June 17th. FHP says he first got in an accident on I-75 before getting involved in another crash near University Parkway.
And the report cards are out, and Sarasota County is one of 10 districts in the state with an A rating. Manatee County improved from a C to a B.
Taking a look at Suncoast traffic, looks like 301 heading north and southbound, seeing an increase in cars on the roadway. Also, your normal slowdowns throughout the main parts of Manatee County. As we head into Sarasota County, there are some slowdowns on 41 as you north and southbound as you approach Fruitville Road. Now, Fruitville is closed from Tuttle to Lockwood Bridge. Sarasota police are investigating a single car crash near Roberts Arena that happened about an hour and a half ago. You may want to take Ringling if you are heading towards downtown Sarasota. South County looking pretty quiet on your Thursday morning, John.
Well, quiet for us in the weather department this morning as well. We have about a 40% chance, though, of seeing some thunder boomers later in the day, and that'll probably be true again tomorrow. Then that rain chance going up a tad bit as we head into Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. A nice easterly wind flow keeps that sea breeze close to the coast, so we stay warm.
All right, thank you, John. Finally caught on camera in the Panhandle, an Arkansas tourist got video of 3 sharks in shallow water off Okaloosa County. Stephanie Edcock posted the video earlier this week. It has 4 million views already. Edcock told local media she saw 7 sharks approach the shore, 2 of which began to fight in the surf. Thankfully, no one was hurt in the wild exchange.
Wow, 7 of them at once. Could you imagine?
Look how close they are getting to those sharks.
I know. They keep getting closer and closer. I mean, it is their home. You have to give them that, but...
Yeah. But the swimmers are too close to the sharks, too.
Yeah.
Get back in the beach.
I would be all the way up on the top of the shore, minding my own business.
Don't know what kind of sharks they are. They may be harmless sharks,
Yeah.
though.
Very true. Good point.
I'd be in the car. Enjoy your Thursday. Stay cool.
All right. Stick around. Good Morning America is coming up next.
Many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
It's a star-spangled 4th of July sales event going on now at Bacon's Furniture and Bedding. With 2.5 acres, Bacon's is Southwest Florida's largest furniture showroom. Beautiful furniture in any style, for any budget, with savings of 30, 50, even 70% off throughout the store. Celebrate your independence with extra savings on all Flex Steel furniture. Come see why Bacon's is voted the #1 place to buy furniture year after year. The 4th of July sales event going on now at Bacon's Furniture and Bedding in Port Charlotte. Nobody beats Bacon's.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru is the best overall brand for 2 years running and the most trusted brand for 3 years running, according to Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com. Right now, you can lease one of Subaru's most versatile vehicles, the Subaru Crosstrek, for as little as $189 a month, or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.